Welcome back to Alcohol Content. What's going on? We are here to do another whiskey review. And before we get into it, who we're drinking with? We got Ryan.
Rolling.
Ryan. Rick.
Yo! Wow! Whip 'em, snap 'em. Woo!
Whoa.
He's actually rolling.
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot of energy. I'm Austin, and I'm just super neutral. I'm chilling. I'm just the host here,
He's
guys.
a neutral spirit, yes.
Boys, I'm looking, and I see Distiller's collection. Hopefully, this is something special, so tell me what we're drinking.
Yeah, I don't know. There you go. We got
All
it.
right.
So,
Cheers to that.
It's Ezra Brooks, which is a Lux Row whiskey. So it's made in Kentucky, et cetera, et cetera. And it is a collector's edition. And I picked this up in a different state. Happened to pick it up in Idaho. And it's bottle 17 or barrel numbers 17319, and did a little research on it. And they do a lot of, it's sort of actually cool. They do barrels. Their employees get to pick barrels or whatever. But I've noticed a bunch of different states and different liquor stores and stuff have picked barrels. I mean, and that's not totally unusual. But the
Pretty common.
But the employees picking barrels and things like that. So there's two different versions of it that are bottled. One's bottled at 107 proof. So it's not technically, and one's bottled at 113 proof. This is the 113 proof. It's not technically barrel strength because they do water it down to 107 or 113. This is 113. Happened to be traveling through Idaho, saw it, grabbed it. I have read, I didn't see reviews on the Idaho, but I've read reviews on some of their other, barrels that they've produced or whatever, and they were positive reviews.
Well, we've had the Ezra Brooks 7-year bourbon and 7-year rye. I think cast strength, right?
Yes.
Those were phenomenal.
Yes.
So,
and this is in theory a high rye mash bill. In theory.
Well,
so I don't know tons more than that, and we just cracked it and no idea. Saw it. Picked it up for $44.
I almost bought this for you for like a birthday or something a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah. I was choosing between a few, and this was one of the ones that I was like, maybe.
Huh.
But I ended up going with something else, clearly.
What's on the nose?
it's a little bit like a biscuit or something. I'm trying to think, like a really dry bread. It has a muted nose.
So you haven't buttered the biscuit?
I haven't.
So one of John's no-bake cookies?
Yes. Yeah. Folks, just so you know, you don't just go and make no-bake cookies with steel-cut oats. You need to do it with instant oats, okay? That's an alcohol content tip.
Because the steel-cut oats will rotor-rooter you, for sure.
Yeah. And back to the whiskey.
That's the PSA.
Yeah, public service announcements. Here we go.
It's muted. It's interesting. It's not really acidic, which is what's making me think of bread. Maybe like a soda bread or something like that. It's sweet still, but
they're sweet. I'm getting a little citrus.
I get spices, like a coating of spices with the wood. I get the wood.
Oh, it's like a banana
like
bread.
An old oiled plank.
It's a banana bread.
There's a little of that in there.
A little bit of nuts.
I don't really get banana.
It's like nutty.
You're nutty.
No, dude, that's the banana bread with nuts. Now that I'm saying it, I'm convincing it. I'm creating my own reality. Guys, this is great.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, it's good. It's not bad. It's muted. It enjoyable.
Seems, this is also freshly opened. It seems very dense and compact. Exactly. So I imagine I might have to put a couple drops of water in this.
It's cavernous. It's like deep and dark. Not airy and bright. Yeah.
It's spelunking.
Yes, exactly. This is spelunking whiskey.
This is the spelunker's whiskey.
Just on the nose. We figured it out.
Yeah.
Well,
my schnoz is spelunking.
Oh, yeah. my tongue is about
Listen here, pervert.
You set me up for it. I guess my tongue's about to spelunk into this whiskey. Hold on, folks. 1 second. Yep. It's cavernous.
There's a lot going on here.
Yes, I agree. That's definitely an experience.
Yeah. And having tried the other 7 years, this is almost like just a step down from those, where it's like not as aged, not as high proof, but it's thick. It's got a lot going on.
It's baked goods, though.
It's for sure. But I'm going to say a bunch of warming spices, not that is going to be beyond just the banana bread spices.
It's like I'm getting like a whole wheat muffin. It's definitely not just normal flour. This is like whole wheat and something that's more caramely and has like more substance, like you mentioned. It has some spice to it.
There's some barrel spice and there's definitely some rye spice for sure.
Almost some molasses, or some sort of sweet reduction. It's not just caramel, or maybe it's like a darker caramel, like a more burnt caramel.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
The proof is there more as just like a stove. It's keeping it simmering.
Mm-hmm.
It's just holding space for the flavors. It's not like really spiky. It's just this
I
burn.
think it's kind of pushing everything up.
Yeah.
But it's not punching through.
It's like it's keeping the buoyancy of everything right. It's keeping it just straight across your palate.
Define buoyancy.
Buoyancy, it's the displacement of water so things float.
Nice.
Yeah. See that, folks? That's called overcoming challenges. And I nailed it.
Buoyancy is a sexist term anyway.
Whoa.
Buoyancy.
Oh, goylancy. Again, overcoming challenges.
Or nearly overcoming them.
Or missed it by that much.
No, guys, that's not like cleared the hurdle on that
or
one.
setting low goals and failing to meet them.
You know what that was? That was like that scene in The Wolf of Wall Street where he's like, "Oh, I drove home," and then it shows what actually happened. He's like crawling to the car.
It's actually really funny because I actually took some Quaaludes before this episode.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, hence the problem with my voice and my thinking powers.
No, in your mind, you're doing like epic monologues. You're a thespian.
Yeah, exactly.
And to us, you're
Alas
like
for your
Goylancy.
Alas for your. That's.
I'm an ally.
All right, let's wrap this up. I actually love this.
I like it a lot,
I think this
too.
is really good. I'm going to put a drop of water in here.
It's a little heavy.
It's definitely heavy, but in a great way.
I would almost say that this would be a good glass to put ice in.
Maybe. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. A little bit of water.
Open it up a
lot
little
of cherry. A lot more cherry. Interesting. But either way, this is a great bottle.
This is what I like about bourbon, and this is an example of why I don't like bourbon as well. Where bourbon has to be interesting to me now. This one is interesting.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, oh, let's just ramp up the proof just because it's going to be awesome, or let's make it really heavy and the mouthfeel is going to be too much, like a Buffalo Trace product or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is dense and unique, and like it makes me think of a cave when I drink it. It's like, this is deep and dark.
Yeah.
Like going into the abyss.
You're right about the cherry with a little water.
Cherry
opens up a cherry note. I'm also getting back to your banana bread, a walnut type taste is coming out. It's I'm going to say this is an experience, and it's actually very complex. And I think like 30 minutes after the podcast, it still could be unpacking itself. But
this is one that's going to change drastically as you go down the bottle, as you drink through the bottle.
This is not for a beginner.
No.
At all. This is
This is for you whiskey people out there.
Yeah, I am impressed. And again, this happens to be traveling through Idaho, and Idaho won, but many different states and many different places have their picks. So I think if you see it, Ezra Brooks Distiller's Collection at 107 or 113 proof, I think it's worth the $45, $44
at
gamble.
That price point, absolutely. Yeah. Way better than something else at that price point.
Yeah. So if you are traveling,
you want to know what's bad whiskey? Travelers, the new Travelers whiskey, Chris Stapleton.
Check out our other episode.
That's God. Some bad whiskey.
Ezra Brooks was here.
Ezra Brooks.
I like it.
Folks, anything that you find from Ezra Brooks.
Well, they have some cheap stuff.
Never
that's
mind.
It's like, well,
everything
Ezra
that
Brooks
is
99 or whatever.
$40. I think you're in a good spot there.
Yeah, agreed.
They're 7 years. Their bourbon and their rye, fantastic. The rye is amazing.
Oh, I agree.
It rivals one of my favorites, which is Stellum rye. It is like neck and neck with that bottle.
Yeah, all their upper stuff. Bang on.
Great brand. And
Love it.
Thanks for sticking through this challenging podcast where I overcame vocal impurities and science questions. So
you want a ribbon?
I'm going to get a participation
I want
trophy
people to like us. That's what I want. It's like, I don't know about a ribbon.
All right, folks. You like the episode. You subscribe because you want to see more. You like our jokes. You like us messing around. You like us, rascals, okay? Just wrestling. Tune in next time. And maybe it'll be, something that you recommended because you're going to comment. Let us know what you want us to drink. Other than that, cheers, folks. Come on, dude. Clink.
Woo!